Hi, my name is Jada, and I am a staff writer at Reviewed. And today I'm going to be reviewing Lingoda, which is an online language school. So first, I'll just go into what Lingoda is. Again, it's an online language program. It's similar to Rosetta Stone or Duolingo, but what makes it different is that you actually get to have online courses with instructors who are certified in the language that you're learning. They have group sessions and one-on-one sessions that run for 60 minutes, and the classes are available 24/7, which makes it really easy to fit into your schedule. So when you first sign up for Lingoda, the first thing they ask you is what language you would like to learn. Again, I chose Spanish. So once I did that, it invited me to take the placement assessment. And from there, they gave me my score and they placed me in a level. And I believe mine was C1, which is intermediate. So the pricing for Lingoda varies depending on if you choose the group lessons or the one-on-one lessons. If you want the group lessons for 4 lessons a month, it's around $60. If you want 40, that's the highest, that costs you around $400 a month. For the individual lessons, 4 lessons can run you about $140, and 40 costs $840. So what did I like about Lingoda? The main thing I really liked were the instructors. They were very patient, very attentive, and they're very understanding in knowing that we didn't fully have a fluency in the language. So they're very patient with us. And they even allowed us to say some things in English when we couldn't figure out how to say them in Spanish. It felt more like a conversation I was having with everyone versus me being like judged and graded and all of that. You actually don't even get a grade at the end. All you have to do is just complete each course at each lesson, but there's not like graded tests or anything like that. Another thing I really loved were the assessments. They were really useful to me. In between each lesson, you have the option to take self-paced quizzes, and they'll quiz you on the curriculum based on what that lesson is about, and allows you to get extra practice with the vocab for each lesson. And it's a great way to see what your strong spots are, where you may need work. And just it's a really great way to continue learning when you're not in the class. Another great thing is that you get CEFR certificate when you finish each lesson. That's really great for people who need that, if you're going on to be an instructor yourself, or if you just want a reward at the end of each level that you complete. I think it's a great reward considering what you're paying and the time and effort that goes into each lesson. The things that I didn't really like about Lingoda, one is the high price. It is pretty expensive, and this can be a big drawback for people because not everyone is able to afford it, which is understandable. But when you take into account how intense the lessons are and the fact that you get a certificate at the end, I'd say it pays off. It's worth paying that price. Another thing that I didn't really like is that you're not able to speak with your professors outside of the lesson. This was a big drawback for me because, like in college or any other course, there are times you want to reach out to your instructor. You may need clarification on something. You may be running late for the class. You may have a question, but with Lingoda, they don't give you the option to talk to them outside of class. So that was a bit difficult for me. Another thing I would say I didn't like is that there is a small selection of languages that are offered with Lingoda. So currently they only offer German, French, Spanish, English, and business English, which is used in business settings if you're going into international trade or something like that. But apart from those, those are the only ones that they offer. So if you're looking for something else, those people who want to learn a different language, they're excluded and they're not able to use it. So I'm hoping that in the future, Lingoda does plan on expanding the languages that they offer. But overall, again, the pros of Lingoda: great instructors who are very attentive and know what they're doing, great assessments that are very useful and necessary in order to learn the language that you've chosen to learn. Again, that CEFR certificate is a great reward at the end, especially considering what you're paying and how intense the courses are. The cons, again, price is very high. You're not able to speak to any instructors outside of class. And again, they don't offer many languages. After all of that, would I say that Lingoda is worth the price? I would say yes. But again, it's only if you can justify the cost. If you have the extra money to spend, I would say spend it, but only spend it if you're going to be serious and if you're going to really apply yourself to the course that you're taking. There is a free trial that you can take that I highly recommend you take advantage of. That way you can see if Lingoda is something that you're really interested in. You'll also be able to figure out whether or not you would prefer group lessons or one-on-one lessons. So it's a great opportunity to see if it'll be worth it and if you would like to pay for it eventually. But overall, again, I would say I enjoyed my experience with Lingoda. If you would like to check out my full review, you can go to review.com, and thank you so much for watching.